Hey everybody, I am coming making this video message, and I want to let you know that sometimes you are a friend to others, but they are not a friend to you. Please understand the reality of relationships. This is what I want to talk to you all about today. The reality of certain friendships is that they are one-sided. That's it. It's nothing profound. It's nothing deeper. A lot of you all are in relationships that are one-sided. And this is why you sometimes, as life goes on and you get older and situations kick off with certain friends, you will come to the realization that you were a friend, or you are a friend to others, but they are not a friend to you. What do I mean when I say this? What I mean is this. Number one, always know what the Word of God says about what you should be if you want friends. The Bible says if a man wants friends, I'm paraphrasing, but he says if a man wants friends, he must show himself friendly. So if you know that you are a friendly person, if you know that you are a loving person, you genuinely and sincerely love your friends, you have no agenda for them that's negative, you have no negative motive for them, and you allow your friends to be who they are, you will come to find out that they don't extend the same mercy and grace and love to you. It is a sad state of affairs when you have anyone who comes into your life and they call themselves a friend, but there are so many stipulations on the friendship. When certain people just have to realize that you grow in a relationship and you become bonded in a relationship by trial and error. So initially, when you entered into a friendship, you may have not been the man or the woman you are now. As you got to know about God more, as you got in your word more, as you learned about your character or even personality flaws, as you got freed and delivered from many things spiritually that were not righteous and that were not of God, it made you a better woman. It made you a better man. But if you look over the course of some of your friendships, you will see, if you really think about it, and sometimes God will bring it to your spirit, because recently I experienced it, you will see and play back how you 100% put no stipulations on your friendships. You allowed your friends to be whoever they were, whether it be good or bad, whether it be disrespectful or respectful. Not saying that they were disrespectful to you, but they are just a disrespectful person, and you didn't judge them for that. You allowed your friends to grow. You allowed them to have trials and error. You allowed them to have personality and character flaws. You allowed them to continue on in sin. And all some of you simply were was just a friend. You were just a friend, and nobody questioned you about it. But when it came to you, when it came to certain flaws about some of you, when it came to certain areas that were not yet cultivated and worked out and improved by the hand of God within you, then some of these same friends that you allowed to be who they were 100%, they got rid of you. They cut you off. They disrespected you. They allowed other people to disrespect you. They allowed other people to get in their ear and tell them that they should cut you off, or that you were not a good friend. If some of you all really think about your friendships over the course of the time you've been on earth, and you've been old enough to really know, okay, these are the people I want in my circle, these are the people I want in my life, you will find that sometimes with certain friends, They feel like they have arrived in life. They feel like they are established now. They feel like they have gotten to a certain level. And if you are not at that certain level, they no longer want you to be a part of their life. Now, let me make something very clear. I am really a big believer on removing people and cutting people off. We have talked about this numerous times. When people don't mean you well, when people keep coming into your life with a lot of chaos and drama, and people don't bring out the best in you, you need to remove them from your life, and you need to be in agreement with the people that are walking with you. The Bible even tells us, how can two walk together lest they agree? So if you have a friend in your circle and you all cannot come to any type of agreement on whatever it is, and there's constant bickering, constant fighting, constant nitpicking and confronting, that may not be the friend for you. But before you got to a certain level, and before you probably knew who you really were in God, some of you all, you allowed your friend to be who they were, no matter how much of a mess that they were. But when you made one mistake, when you probably said the wrong thing, when you probably didn't come to one party, when you didn't come to one baby shower, if you didn't show up at your friend's loved one funeral because something serious happened. I'm just throwing different things out there. It looks different for each one of you all. If you had not accomplished certain things or even gained certain material possessions that certain friends did in their lives, they cut you off. And so you may be at a place right now where you are questioning, what is it about my friendships where I cannot seem to keep friends? Or not that I can't even keep friends, they don't want to stick around. They will come to me about something so minuscule, something so stupid, but I've been a friend to her, she was a stripper. I've been a friend to him, he was a raging alcoholic. I've been a friend to her and she's extremely promiscuous. I've been a friend to her and she's a compulsive and habitual liar. I've been a friend to him and he's a thief. I've been a friend to him and he's in and out of jail. I've been a friend to her and supported everything she has going on with her family and her children, but the minute I have a party or an engagement or I opened up a business, they are nowhere to be found. I'm telling you, this is the sad, ugly, and disgusting reality of certain friendships. They are so one-sided. They are so one-sided. And then you get to a place where you get angry at yourself because you know that you have been so solid and so genuine and sincere. You never required anything from any of the people that you claimed as a friend. You never stepped on the scene and told your friends, listen, I have 2 degrees. If you don't have any degrees, I don't want to hang around you. Listen, my house is always clean and in tip-top shape, but if I find out or I see that your house is not clean, they don't look deeper. They don't see, okay, is this person battling mental health issues? Is this person depressed? What's going on with them? But if they find a little small area of dust, oh, I don't want to be around that person. When I tell you all, these are serious things. Some of them are small and some of them are grand. And these are the types of things that people will look at you as a friend and they will remove you out of their life or cut you off. If spiritually you have not grown and gotten to a certain level, there are certain people who you claim as a friend. They will tell you, you do not deserve to be in their life. On today, I want to let you all know, and I want you to sit with this. I want you to pray about it, and I want you to forgive anyone who has currently been in your life, or you are still traumatized from past friends who were in your life and the relationship you had with them was one-sided. You allowed them to be whoever they were, no matter if it was moments they embarrassed you, no matter if it was moments that they made you feel left out and rejected, no matter if it was moments where you felt like and you questioned, was that person really your friend? I want you to forgive them, but I want you to realize that your character of being genuine, your character of being loving, your character of being so secure within your friendships, and you allowing your friendships to bump around in the dark, figure out who they are, grow in grace, grow in God, and you extend more love, more patience, and more mercy to them, I'm here to tell you all in this video message, if that is the man that you are, if that is the woman you are, young, middle, age, or old, don't you dare get out of character. You continue to be that patient friend. You continue to be that loving friend. You continue to be that supportive friend. You continue to be that friend that extends abundant mercy and grace. You continue to be that supportive person, but you do it for the people who really, really would reciprocate. And that takes you praying and going to God. One thing I quickly realized on my journey is that when I started to lose friends, and when I kept seeing that I was the one with certain friends, not all, but I was the one that when they went silent or when they would not respond to calls or text messages, I was always the one reaching out. I was always the one that wanted to ask, what is the problem? Did I do anything? What's going on? I cared too much. And so I came to the realization that, you know what, this is definitely one-sided. And see, the what do they call it, the reverse Uno card that some of these fake friends will use on you. They will say you are not a friend to them, not realizing that you really have not confronted them about anything, and you may know a lot about them. You may discern a lot about them. You may see a lot about them, but you always go to God in prayer. You go into the secret place about your friends. See, one thing about me that I can say, but I want you all to look at Jesus in the situation. One thing about me is that I don't have to say what I know and what I discern and sense all the time to people that I call my friends. One thing I will do, I will take my friends to Jesus Christ. And I'm telling all of you all today, if you feel like, you know what, this is a dead end, this is hopeless, I'm not going to get anywhere with this friend, you start praying in the secret place and taking your friendships to the Lord, even when you get the short end of the stick in your friendships, and God will show up. But sometimes when you remove a friend, or when you stop answering the phone, and when you stop responding to text messages lightning speed, they will look at you and say that you are not a real friend. You may be called a fake or a phony friend, because some friends, they are narcissists. They are very, very prideful, extremely arrogant, and they see no wrong in their personality or in their character. And if you are the man or woman today, and you are finding yourself in a position where you have a so-called friend, and every time you turn around, they're coming to you with something. It's always a complaint. They're repeatedly coming to you. Well, I wanted to talk to you because yesterday when we were out, you made a couple of jokes and I felt like you were talking about me. Oh, well, I want to talk to you because, you know, you didn't come to my engagement that I had, and when you came, it was kind of late. Oh, well, I want to talk to you about the fact, you know, you were spending a lot of time with your boyfriend. Or fellas, you may have a friend that come to you and say, you've been with your woman a long time. You know, it's always something every time you turn around in certain friendships, and they always have a casual and comfortable way of always want to confront you, of always wanting to confront you, about every little thing that you do, every little thing that you say, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress, where you have not gotten to even spiritually, but you have your first time to confront some of these friends about what you really know about them, and what you really see about them, and what you really discern about them, and what you've seen about them behind the scenes in a dream. You have yet. I'm here to tell you all again, don't change this about yourself. Even though you may have lost old friends, even though right now you know there's a tugging and a pulling on you spiritually to let some of these friends go, and you are so far in the reality of, you know what, I cannot continue to be in these relationships. I cannot continue to hang around her. I cannot continue to hang around him. I cannot continue to hang around them. You still understand that the reality is that it's one-sided. You have exhausted all of the patience, the love, the grace, and the mercy and loyalty to the friendship that you could. And you may still love these friends, still respect them, and still care about them. But you know what you know, what you know. And you have to know when to hold them, and you have to know when to fold them. As I tell you all the time, before you make decisions to remove people, before you make a decision to cut people off, you should always go to God in prayer. You should always pray about it. You should always ask God to guide you and lead you on how to navigate your way through friendships, especially if they are difficult friendships. But if you have a friendship now and it's one-sided, and you are a friend to someone, but they are not really a friend to you, they just tolerate you, they just deal with you, you are the friend that's second choice, meaning if you were the one that extended the invitation to them, they may have eventually come to your engagement, but you were not the first choice. They chose somebody else's engagement over you. So if they are bored, they call you. If they don't have anything to do, they text you. If they're tired, or they want you to simply be a listening ear so they can vent about their problems and their situations and their issues, that is definitely a one-sided friendship. And they are not a friend to you, but you are a friend to them. And see, the thing here is, I want you to look at yourself as well. If you really know deep in your heart, because it's not a pity party, it's not for you to point the finger and say, well, I'm perfect, I haven't done any wrong. But it's for you to just look at the reality of the situation and say, you know what, this friend or these friends always want to complain about something with me, and it's nothing major. I haven't stolen from them, I haven't dogged them out behind their back, I have not told their secrets, I have not allowed other people to disrespect them, I have not told them they have to act and be a certain way in order for me to stick around. But they can be a mess. They can be a stripper in a strip club, literally. Literally. They can drink, they can smoke, they can lie, they can steal, they can be very volatile and an embarrassment when you go out in public with them. But if you know that you stand or you stood 10 toes down, they can be severely mentally ill, bipolar, and you deal with all of the episodes. You deal with everything, whether they have a high day or a low day. But then one thing kicks off, or you say something wrong, or you do something wrong, or they're agitated and they're quick to cut you off. I'm here to tell you that is a one-sided friendship. Now, friendships, like I say also, it's a very, very large topic. And so relationships, they look different for everybody. But you all get what I'm trying to insinuate here. You get the basic fundamentals of this, because it really is so basic. It's really not profound. But I want to let you all know, again, sometimes you are a friend to others, but they are not a friend to you. And that is okay. Don't you cry about it anymore if you've been crying. Don't you go into a depression if you've gone into a depression. Don't you question if you are a good person. Well, not a good person, because none of us are good. But don't you question if you are a decent person who has good intentions. Don't question it. If you really know what you know about yourself, your personality, and your character, and your heart, you stand on that. And God will always back you in that. Even if he reconciles you to old friends and brings back certain old relationships. One thing about God, he will deal with people. He will deal with people, and in their long time, they will come to themselves. See, the ego in people and the arrogance and the pride in all of us, it calms down several notches. You don't have to argue with a friend. If you know you have a friend that's arrogant and pompous and super judgmental and prideful, and they think that they are the cock of the walk, they think that they're everything and you are nothing, trust and believe that God will work on their character. God will use situations in their lives where the same energy they extended towards you, the new people that they chose over you, the people they've decided to respect over you, the people that they started promoting and talking about and throwing in your face and everybody else's face, God will deal with them and bring them to themselves. And he will bring to their memory where they remember how you love them and you were a friend to them no matter what state they were in. That's a powerful friendship. That's real pure love. When somebody can stick around with you and you are a very difficult person. But a lot of people, they miss the mark. They miss the mark. It goes over their head because they're so caught up in themselves. They're so caught up in their accomplishments. They're so caught up in where they think they are spiritually. But you see deeper. You know more. Because God has revealed certain things to you. That's the video message. Well, guys, it's time for me to go because I have some other things to do. The Lord willing, I will be back with another video message. If any one of you have taken offense to anything I spoke about in this video message, it's okay. It's all right. I'm not worried about it. I am not concerned because I know you will forgive me in the morning.